I'll demonstrate. Use your steps, and we're up. What's going on, guys? Nick Novak back from the video here on the HSR, day 19. Today we're gonna finish up our loadout shoot. We yesterday got the first part in. I got these in. I still haven't put the bolts on them yet. Well, the nuts, I guess, on the bottom side. Still need to tighten those, but today we're gonna try to get that wrapped up. And then one of my bottle calves looks like she might be getting some sort of like mass or something on like kind of where her tit is at. It's one of the heifer calves, that Charolais calf. So once we finish this, we're gonna go take a look at her and potentially on Friday take her to the vet and see if he can't get that drained. If it's pussy, I don't know what it is. So we need to take a look at that. But first things first is to get this done so we can get it out of the shop. So as I got all the boards, I got to thinking, I cut 4 long ones of each and 1 short one, but I only needed 3. So I paid an extra $10 for an extra one, which we'll just leave it or keep it around. Who knows, maybe one of these boards will break and I can be able to use it, but oh well. One thing I wanted to address first is I had a few people reach out and say, why didn't you just get completely long boards going from the top to the bottom? Well, if you guys see here, this part lifts up and down, and so it hinges off this. So I'll take you up to the front. I have to cut them in half, not in half, but have 2 separate boards, because if I went one board, I wouldn't be able to adjust this. So this adjusts with the chain. So as you can see, it can go down. You know, if say I'm on a downhill slope and to get in the semi, it needs to be lower, I can lower it. So in that aspect, it's nice. It's really not that much more of a pain in the butt. I mean, it'd probably be a little bit easier just to do one straight board, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So let's get a board on there. Make sure we're gonna be good lengthwise. I think we're gonna be good there. So what I'm gonna do is put one board on all the way like I did on the front side. Hit that front side, hit the bottom, get it in place, then I can measure out which ways I need to go going forward. I'm even there. I'm gonna leave a little bit of a gap on that far side. Now that I know I'm good. Get that hole dug. Sorry, drill. Next thing, if you can remember, drill a hole. Now we'll take a screw with a washer, that on there. All right, first board's in. We still haven't done the middle. We'll do the middles at the end. But snap my fingers here and get this second one in. There we go. She's done with the second one. Let's get these last 2 in, and we can start drilling the middle. Let me get this thing out of here so I can get my Jeep. So what I'm doing here again is taking my little piece and putting it for the gap, so all the gaps are the same. That right there is perfect. All right, so I ended up putting even gaps between these 2, but I should have took into account this side. I should have put them all in there and kind of figured it, tried in it. So good gap over there. These are the same width, I should say. On camera it looks weird, but I literally took my tape measure out and checked it. and then not much of a gap here, but there's a good thing that this is a ranch loadout chute and it's not something I'm entering in the fair or something. So all right, the holes are dug. All 4 are in. I had a little bit of a mishap here, but we'll be all right. Let's get these screwed in now. All right, we had some trouble getting those in, but they're in. This whole backside's done. Now, my plan is to screw in those bolts on the very front and then start putting the steps in. All right, so I ended up putting even gaps between these two, but I should have took into account this side. I should have put them all in there and kind of figured it, tried in it. So good gap over there. These are the same width, I should say. On camera it looks weird, but I literally took my tape measure out and checked it. And then not much of a gap here, but there's a good thing that this is a ranch loadout chute and it's not something I'm entering in the fair or something. So I'm not too worried about it. It is what it is. It'll work. So anyways, what I want to do next is drill these holes in the middle of this one. We'll get all the screws in there. We'll tighten those. And then I think what I'm going to do for the steps, since I have extra wood, this wood right here, and I have 2 pieces of scrap, actually I think 4. I have 2 pieces of scrap and that one would have went up top. So I'm going to cut those down and use those as steps. I'm going to lag bolt them through to these pieces of wood so that it really sticks in there good. And I might even screw in from the side. So, and then I might put, you know, a thing of some tires, something like that on it down the road. And I don't ship out a lot of cattle. I mean, this year we had 80 yearlings run off of it. At the beginning of the summer, we had 60 yearlings run up it a month and a half ago. And then really, I think that's it. So a total of 140 animals, 140 trips, you could say, on it. So it's not getting a whole bunch of use because we have our loadout corral, wheel corral, whatever you want to call it. And you know, if we're hauling cows or calves, we usually just go into a gooseneck. So until I get a little bit bigger and I'm, you know, buying truckloads of cattle or needing multiple loads of yearlings and stuff like that, this thing doesn't get a whole lot of use. And that's why it's kind of nice that I got this whole setup for free from one of my neighbors. It was really nice of him to do that. I was greatly appreciative. You know, he was letting me use his brand new one, and he said, well, I had this old one if you'd be interested in putting a new floor in it. You know, he said, I'll get new tires for it. You can just have it. You know, I guess a kid in 4-H built it for him 50 years ago or something. So pretty cool. It's an old school loadout chute. Eventually the sides might need to be redone, but you know, you got the pipe on the top, you got the angles up top. I mean, it's really a cool little deal and good tires on it. So anyways, let's get those holes dug through the middle, get those bolts in there, keep on trucking away on this thing. last one, we ended up putting a total of 2, 4, 6 of these on. I'm gonna screw these in, and then when I go to town for my appointment, what I plan on doing is buying some longer bolts to go all the way through. Probably put the 2 middle ones all the way through, and then just put another screw through the 2 outsides. All right, y'all, just like that, she is done. I'll demonstrate. Use your steps, and we're up. I'm back from town. My dermatology appointment. I have to get skin checks every 6 months. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I have a big scar right here. I had to get like a $50 taken off my face from a basal cell skin cancer. So I go back every 6 months. I had a little spot on my leg that they ended up cutting off, but they don't think it's cancerous, but they're gonna send it in just in case. It's kind of like a skin tag. So we're good for another 6 months. At least I think in a week we'll know. But I ended up getting some bigger bolts and some bigger screws. I bought some big bolts. I'm gonna put 2 big bolts in the middle, and I'm gonna put probably 4 screws on the outside of all of these. And then that pretty dang well should wrap this job up. So let's get started. Now we'll do the exact same thing on 4 more boards. My long drill bit, which I need to pull that off the end of it. So I'm going to be putting a hole here, 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 and so on, right in the middle. And we're gonna put about a 5, I think it's a 6-inch bolt through there, and we'll get her nice and tight. Because most of the pressure from these cows is gonna be right in the middle, so we put one of those bolts there. I think that should be good. Alrighty, the bottom one's done, this one's done. Let's get the washers and nuts on the bottom of these 4, and let's wrap things up here. And just like that, guys, we are done. I think it turned out really good. I'm really excited to be able to see it in action. I think it's gonna work really good for us. I'm still thinking about putting some sort of tire or something over this to kind of just help with traction on these steps, but we're just have to kind of see what we can find first of all. But let's go take a look at these bottle caps real quick. I need to shut their water off, and I need to run inside so my wife can get going. Here's an update on the chicks. They're growing. Everybody is alive so far. Willa put some trash and stuff in there so that they have something to play with. And we're not allowed to take them out. So all that trash is gonna stay in there. Anyways, here's these bottle calves. Got quite a few of them up here eating. Let's see if we can't get a good look at that blonde calf. So here they are. They're flat out grown. I feel like over the last probably month, they've all grown so much. Even these smaller calves. Flies are pretty bad, but I've sprayed them. I sprayed them yesterday and you can't even tell. But we're gonna just wait and see kind of what to do next. I mean, you can only spray so much, and then they tore up their back rubber, so I don't really know what to do. They've got their flies, their tails are usually going, but the flies aren't, you know, as bad as, you know, I think it looks, you know, in person, if that makes sense. But anyways, guys, there's the two biggest steer calves. Old Big Red here. Good little calf. All right, guys, I'm gonna end it here. Day 19. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.